Copyright. How much did you hate it?
What's copyright? I had no idea copyright existed. No, quite seriously, if you are asking, really didn't. When we the chez stuff and all that, and everybody that was doing it, we had no real idea as a 14, 15-year-old kid that you couldn't just take some music that you liked and whether it was Beethoven or whether it was Jean-Michel Jarre, just write it down and put it in a computer game. What's wrong with that? It's surely they should be flattered. No, didn't ever think about it.
How would you feel if Jean-Michel Jarre did an original tune and included Last Ninja in it? with permission.
Excuse me. Excuse me while I just get my breath back. How would I feel? I'd feel, what a bastard, ripping me off. I was going to say, yeah, with permission, that'd be all right. As long as you give me shitloads of royalties. No, I would be extremely flattered, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. I'm very much doubt it'd ever happen. I mean, yes, there's Dragon Force and then there's Jean-Michel Jarre. Two completely... Well, like I always say with anybody that covers any of the stuff that I do, I'm just well impressed if you can play my notes. Some of the stuff that I did, some of it was half the point of writing some of the music that I did. Writing it on a computer was that it meant that I could produce notes that weren't actually supposed to be played by human beings. I could do really fast runs of scales and arpeggios and licks and just silly little lots of them, and it's always felt with press play on tape. It's the same. Whenever anybody covers, especially on guitar, some of the stuff that I'm always just really impressed, always blown away. All of the covers that I've heard of my stuff I've enjoyed, not because it's my stuff, but because I always think that if somebody's got the desire and the dedication to transcribe the tunes, but also because I like to, even with the early stuff, which I may not necessarily, sometimes the early stuff makes me go ick a little bit, because I think, oh my God, that was so young, that was so unsophisticated and didn't know anything about arrangement or anything. But the stuff that is musical, if you see what I mean, the stuff that's got interesting and hard stuff in it and things like that, and I always think if somebody's bothered and can be prepared to cover that, generally they tend to do a good job. It's not the kind of thing that you want to do if you're a shit musician or a shit arranger, and I'm sorry for saying you can beat that out, but yeah. So it's all, everything that I've heard is good. I think generally it's very rare that I listen to somebody's cover of something of mine and I think, oh, that's rubbish, and some of them are awesome. I mean, yeah, some Marcel stuff, Rain stuff, all that. I mean, Rain's version of Deflector is the definitive version of Deflector. Basically, in Sid 80s, when we do Deflector, we are covering Rain's cover of Deflector. I was reading a whole Wikipedia article on, in fact, the linked article from Wikipedia. I was reading the references to and a whole article on where that digga-digga-ding-ding-ding-ding-ding actually comes from, where's the very first instance of where digga-digga-ding-ding is used to indicate orientality, and it's some film from the 1930s, I think. It's thought.
Hosting Back in Time, you're looking forward to it?
Always. It's great. I love hosting Back in Time. It's the chance for all the geeks to get together and just have one great big geek out. And what I like about Back in Time is and hosting it and playing at it particularly is it marries my two major loves and skills, which is kind of music and music performance and computers. So you've got a load of computer and musicy people, and I get to chat to them all and get them to do silly things and be able to just be, I get to be loud performy Ben in a situation where normally I'm regarded as sitting in a darkened room tapping on keys, Ben, if you see what I mean. You know, there's the computery programmy side of me, and then there's the big hosty, you know, because I compared lots of folk festivals and rock festivals and things like that as well. So there's all that side that I allow to come into the programming world.